Every time I think about her, it's like a film reel that's been spliced and set to loop, projecting the same haunting scene against the walls of my mind over and over. I wake up not to the gentle light of morning or the sound of the world stirring, but to the sudden, jarring presence of her name, a ghost that has taken up residence in the very first conscious thought of my day. It's an involuntary ritual, painful Pavlovian response, where the simple act of opening my eyes triggers a wave of aching memory. My hand moves on its own, fumbling for the phone on the nightstand, its cool glass screen, a pathetic altar to a hope I already know is false. I unlock it, my heart doing a treacherous, tiny leap against my ribs, hoping against all logic and precedent to see a notification. A message, a sign of life from a connection that has gone dark. And every single time, the silent home screen, the empty notification panel, delivers the same quiet, devastating blow. The hope doesn't lessen the impact. It just makes the subsequent crash harder. Then, the real torture begins. Lying there in the stillness, I willingly hand myself over to the overthinking. It starts with a single memory, perhaps a good one, a laugh shared, a specific compliment she gave, and like a spider spinning a web. My mind begins to connect every thread, every moment, until I am completely trapped in the intricate tapestry of what was. I replay our conversations not as they happened, but as an editor, searching for deleted scenes and alternate endings. I analyze my own words, cringing at a joke that maybe fell flat, wondering if a different tone would have changed the outcome. I scroll through the old photos, my thumb pausing on a picture where she's mid-laugh, and I don't just see the image. I fall into it, trying to solve the unsolvable puzzle of how something that felt so real and so right could just end. It's a form of self-flagellation, a desperate attempt to find a reason, a culprit, a missing piece that if found would somehow reverse time and undo the finality of it all. It's exhausting. It's a cycle that drains the day of its color before it's even begun, leaving me feeling hollowed out before my feet even touch the floor. This loop is the prison, and the walls are built from equal parts love, loss, and a stubborn refusal to accept anew. Colder reality, the instinct is to cling. It's a primal, desperate grip on a cliff's edge. Fingers bleeding, muscles screaming, because to let go is to accept the terrifying plunge into the unknown. We tell ourselves we're holding on to her smile, her voice, the specific way she made us feel seen. But if we are brutally, painfully honest with ourselves in the quiet moments, we have to ask, is it really the person, or is it the idea of her that we're refusing to release? The person was flawed, capable of causing hurt, and ultimately, someone who chose to walk away or was unable to meet us where we needed. The idea, however, is perfect. It's a curated museum of best moments, a phantom of potential and what-ifs. We are not in love with a real, complex human being anymore. We are addicted to the comfort, the validation, and the familiar routine that her presence provided. She became the main character in our story, and without her, the narrative feels empty and meaningless. Letting go feels like admitting defeat, like all the time, energy. And love we invested was a catastrophic waste. This is where we must stop fighting reality. The reality is simple, stark, and non-negotiable. She is gone. Perhaps she has physically moved on with someone else, or perhaps she is simply emotionally unavailable to you. The reason matters less than the fact. Clinging to the ghost of what was is a form of self-sabotage, a choice to live in a painful illusion rather than face the less comfortable truth. There is a profound wisdom in ancient philosophies, like the Japanese concept of wabi-sabi, which finds beauty in imperfection and accepts the natural cycle of growth and decay. Nothing is built to last forever. Relationships especially are fragile ecosystems that require constant care from both sides. When one person withdraws, the ecosystem collapses. Fighting this truth is like trying to hold back the tide. The path to liberation begins not with a grand gesture, but with a quiet, deliberate act of acknowledgement. You must consciously dismantle the idealized version. This requires looking back with clear eyes, not the rose-tinted glasses of nostalgia. Take out a pen and paper and write it down. List the good. Yes, those moments of connection were real. But now, with equal weight, List the bad, the misunderstandings, the disappointments, the times you felt small or unheard. List the ugly, the hurtful words spoken, the dismissals, the fundamental incompatibilities you chose to ignore. Was it genuinely nurturing reciprocal love? Or was it a passionate infatuation that burned bright but lacked the fuel for the long haul? Did she truly lift you up and champion your growth? Or did you often find yourself dimming your own light to accommodate her? Seeing the full, unvarnished truth in ink makes it undeniable. You aren't rewriting history. You are finally reading the whole report, not just the cherry-picked highlights. This process isn't about breeding bitterness. It's about achieving balance. It shatters the perfect illusion and allows you to see the relationship for what it truly was. A human connection with beautiful highs and inevitable lows, one that has now reached its end. You can't fix what you won't face, and you are no longer in the business of fixing her or the ghost of the relationship. Your only job now, your most important mission, is to fix you. This is the stage where intention meets action, where the quiet resolve to move on demands a series of difficult, deliberate choices. It is the discipline of distance. To believe you can heal while still passively feeding the connection is like trying to heal a wound while repeatedly picking at the scab. You guarantee it will never close, never scar over, never become a memory instead of a present throbbing pain. The connection must be treated not as a cherished plant to be watered, but as a weed to be pulled out, roots and all. This requires a ruthless and clear-eyed commitment to your own well-being, prioritizing your future peace over your past attachments. The practicalities of this are both simple and agonizing. It means no more typing her name into search bars, no more drifting into the digital rabbit hole of her social media profiles, where every post and story is dissected for hidden meaning. It means archiving or deleting the text threads, those endless scrolls of conversation that now read like scripts from a play that has long since closed. It means removing the photos from your phone, not out of spite, but out of necessity. Each one is a landmine on your path forward. It's capable of triggering a spiral at a moment's notice. That playlist you made together? Delete it. The gift she gave you. Box them up and put them out of sight. This isn't an act of erasure. It is an act of creation. You are creating the empty, quiet space necessary for something new to eventually grow. This discipline extends beyond the digital and into the physical world. If you find yourself frequenting the coffee shop you both loved, or driving past her neighborhood on a flimsy pretext, you are actively sabotaging your own progress. You are keeping the ghost on life support. You must adopt the relentless forward momentum of a general like Ulysses S. Grant, who understood that to win the war, you cannot afford to linger and mourn every lost battle. The past ground is conceded. Your entire focus must be on securing the next hill, then the next one after that. Replace the old triggers with new, neutral habits. Find a new coffee shop, or brew your own at home. Discover a new walking route. Swap out the music, books, and shows that are saturated with her memory for fresh material that belongs solely to you. This process will feel artificial at first. It will feel like you are going through the motions, pretending to be okay. But there is a profound power in this very action. You are not waiting to feel better, to act better. You are acting better in order to feel better. You are reprogramming your environment and your routines. And in doing so, you are slowly reprogramming your brain's neural pathways away from dependency. It is in these daily acts of discipline the conscious decision not to look, not to drive by, not to listen to that one song that you reclaim your agency. Each small victory, each resisted temptation, is a brick laid in the foundation of your new self. It's a quiet, lonely battle fought in the privacy of your own choices, but it is the most crucial work you will do. This disciplined creation of distance is the silent, forceful argument you make to your own heart, proving through action that you are choosing yourself, one difficult decision at a time. With the space finally carved out, a silence settles. It's not the empty silence of absence, but the fertile silence of a field after it has been cleared, ready for new planting. This is the pivotal moment of reclamation. The energy you once poured into analyzing her, missing her, and fueling the cycle of pain is now energy that must be deliberately and forcefully redirected back inward. The question that now hangs in the quiet is both terrifying and exhilarating. Who are you without her? This chapter is not about moving on to someone new. It is about moving back to yourself, rediscovering the person who existed long before she entered the picture, and building an even stronger version. This process is active, not passive. It begins with an archaeological dig into your own past. What dreams did you shelve because they seemed impractical or because the relationship demanded your time? What hobbies brought you a pure, uncomplicated joy that had nothing to do with her validation? Perhaps it was playing an instrument that now sits dusty in a corner, a half-finished sketchbook, the intention to learn a language, or the simple pleasure of reading a book without distraction. These are not mere distractions to pass the time. They are the essential building blocks of your identity. Re-engaging with them is a powerful declaration. I am still here, and I am worthwhile. Start small, but be fiercely intentional. Commit to 10 minutes a day. The goal isn't mastery. It is reconnectation. History is filled with those who alchemize their deepest pain into their greatest purpose. After his exile from Florence, Dante Alighieri was heartbroken, politically ruined, and utterly lost. He could have spent his years pining for his home and his lost love, Beatrice. Instead, he channeled all that anguish, longing, and intellectual fury into writing the Divine Comedy, one of the most towering achievements in human literature. His personal hell became a universal masterpiece. Your creation doesn't need to be a literary epic. It can be building your body into a stronger vessel, building a business, building a garden, or simply building a daily life that feels authentically and uniquely yours. Set a physical goal, a creative goal, an intellectual goal. The objective is to have something to strive toward that is entirely your own. A project that measures progress not in relational healing, but in personal growth. Crucially, this is also the time to consciously curate your environment. Surround yourself with people who remind you of your own worth, friends who listen without letting you wallow, family who make you laugh, communities that share your interests. They are the mirror you need to replace the one you lost, reflecting back not a fractured image of someone who wasn't enough, but the whole, capable person you are. And finally, you must practice the art of being alone. Not lonely, but alone. Sit in a room with your own thoughts without the numbing distraction of a screen or a bottle. Learn to be the company you seek. This is the ultimate reclamation. The moment you can sit in stillness and find not emptiness, but a sense of your own sufficient self, is the moment you truly break the chain. You are no longer letting go of her. You are letting go of the version of you that believed he needed her to be complete. The rubble has been cleared. The quiet, once so deafening and oppressive, has become a canvas. This is the stage of rebuilding, and it is the most profoundly empowering part of the journey. It is no longer about her, or the past, or the pain. It is about the future, and it is entirely yours to design. The energy that was once consumed by grief and analysis has been transmuted into a raw, potent force of creation. You have faced the truth, created the distance, and begun the work of reclamation. Now, you get to define what comes next. This is not about finding a new person to fill an old role. It is about constructing a life so fulfilling that a partner would be a welcome addition, not a necessary completion. Think of J.K. Rowling, who transformed the agony of her own rock-bottom failed marriage, poverty and depression into the richest magical world of a generation. She didn't just move on. She built an empire from the ashes of her despair. Your canvas may be different, but the principle is the same. Your greatest pain can become the foundation for your greatest purpose. This is where you move from reaction to action. What does the life you truly want look like? Not the life you built around a relationship, but the life designed by your deepest values and aspirations. Perhaps it's a career shift you were too afraid to make, a commitment to your physical health that extends beyond a casual hobby, or the courage to finally plan that solo trip you always talked about. These are the pillars of your new foundation. this rebuilding is intentional. It requires you to be the architect of your own days. Your routines are no longer dictated by the ghost of a shared schedule, but are carefully constructed to nurture the person you are becoming. Your morning ritual is for you to set your intention for the day. Your evenings are for unwinding in a way that brings you peace, perhaps with a book, a new skill, or genuine connection with friends who uplift you. The music you listen to, the food you cook, the spaces you inhabit, they are all chosen consciously, reflecting your current tastes and your future goals. Free from the echoes of the past, letting go was never about forgetting. It was about integration. The experience, the love, and even the loss are now part of your history, woven into the fabric of who you are. But they do not define you. They inform you. They have given you a deeper empathy, a stronger sense of self, and a clearer understanding of what you truly need and deserve. You have not emerged unscathed, but you have emerged wiser. The puzzle you were once trying to solve wasn't about her. It was about yourself. And in the process of letting go, you have found the most important piece: you. The future is no longer a frightening unknown to be faced with trepidation, but a blank page you get to fill. You have taken back control. The work is ongoing, but the heaviness is gone, replaced by the quiet hum of potential. Now, go out there and build a life so vibrant that the past pales in comparison.